Welcome into tonight's exhibition game here at Falcon Park here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Your Auburn Doubledays are hosting the Syracuse Saltcats as we prepare for another beautiful Monday evening game. I'm Ryan Story alongside Evan Carluccio on the call tonight. And Evan, excuse me. Not only do we have a fun exhibition game tonight, but we've also got some friends from the Newhouse School here, and we had a very interesting guitar national anthem. A fun day today.
And that was awesome. That kid killed that national anthem. I mean, it takes guts to go out there in front of the Doubledays faithful and perform the national anthem. So, kudos to him because that was awesome, number one. And number two, we got some friends from Syracuse University here tonight doing a summer program. Brian, you're from Syracuse, so
yes.
What does this mean for you? And I know that some of them are going to be up here in the booth here shortly, so what does this mean for you?
Yeah, they'll be shadowing us. It's fun. It's a cool experience seeing these kids who are just a few years removed from, or I'm just a few years removed from where they were. So that'll be interesting to have them up here shadowing us. And yeah, we'll have a packed broadcast booth today. But looking at what we've got ahead for tonight's clash, the Doubledays, again, like that last exhibition game against the Finger Lakes Lakers, the Doubledays are going with a unique lineup, trying out some new things that, hey, maybe they can pay off later down the road. Tonight on the mound, the Doubledays have Braden Michelson, the routine first baseman, getting his second opportunity on the mound this season. Should be interesting to see how he performs there. He'll be going against some tough Syracuse Saltcats that are a lot of local talent on the Saltcats this year.
Yeah, actually, even Gimlin, who goes to St. Bonaventure, where obviously I went to college. I know that he's on this, and last year they had Chris Holcraft, who went to St. Bonaventure. But this is just going to be a fun 7-inning exhibition between these two teams, and I'm loving the Saltcats uniforms. Like, those are pretty unique with the teal and the red. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, unique combo as we see the leadoff batter Hector Gonzalez take the opening pitch for strike one, and 2 strikes in a row for Braden Michelson going against Hector Gonzalez. Gonzalez actually out of Christian Brothers Academy High School, the same high school that I went to, so another interesting tidbit there as he avoids the 3-pitch strikeout, stays alive on the pitch just outside the zone.
And Gonzalez comes into this one batting .234 on the season with 15 hits.
And there's a swing. He fouls it right off as Michelson looking to get the strikeout. We saw Michelson in very limited action in the game against the Lakers, but he looked good, didn't give up a run, and did exactly what the Doubledays needed out of a relief pitcher. The 1-2. It's in, swung on, fouled off yet again. Gonzalez trying to stay alive at the bat. We mentioned how the Doubledays are moving some things around with their lineup today, Ball. They've got some usual players. They had Brojos out in the outfield, but Tristan Rocha, who's normally a pitcher, he's playing second as we see Gonzalez go down on strikes. He goes down swinging, and that will bring up Chase Hagland as Braden Michelson is off to a hot start tonight.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's been fun to watch that first at-bat on the mound. Ruthless out there, going with his fastball majority of the time, and his fastball looks sharp. I mean, he looks like he's been in pitching for the Auburn Doubledays all season through just one at-bat, and he looks pretty sharp.
And I wouldn't hate to see him have the opportunity to pitch in real game action throughout the season. As I mentioned, he looked good earlier this year. He pitches high 70s, low 80s with that fastball. There's no reason not to put him in, especially maybe against some teams like Newark where you're able to toss more pitchers out there. That pitch just inside to Hagland as that brings up a 2-0 count. Chase Hagland's out of Marist, where he plays baseball there. Played 17 games and recorded a batting average of 200 last season for Marist as Hagland fouls that off.
And that one clocked in at 84 for Michelson. That was a beautiful pitch for him. I mean, like you said, I'd love to see him go all season for the Doubledays because he looks sharp for them right now.
No reason not to have him out there as that pitch just inside brings up a 3-1 count after a stellar first at-bat. Now Michelson's in danger of walking Chase Hagland After Chase Haglund today will be Michael G. Martino batting third with Sean Stoney batting fourth. Is there strike two? Michelson stays alive.
And Haglund's one of the better hitters for the Saltcats this season. He's batting .307 with 27 hits on the season. So if Michelson can get the strikeout here, that'd be huge.
He instead gets a foul off that's going to land near the bullpen and into the visitors' bullpen. We'll have another payoff pitch coming up.
Chase that one to right field. He's got his twin brother Steven Ambrosio left.
Michelson returning to the mound as we see Haglund return to the batter's box. G. Martino helps him out, gives him the bat back.
And it's still early tonight. Some kind of point asking
The Saltcats clad in their red and blue. I mean, you're right. Very interesting jersey combo. As the payoff pitch is upstairs for ball four. That puts Haglund over on first base with Michael G. Martino up to bat.
And that was a beautiful pitch there from Michelson. Looked like it just missed from up here. I throw that one again. Maybe he'll get the call later.
G. Martino, similar to Hector Gonzalez, is out of Christian Brothers Academy as well. The lefty batter, as Haglund goes, as that swung on and missed, but Haglund's going to easily steal second. Probably could have thought about going to third, but instead will just take his free base.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Connor Rumpf, as swing, I think, kind of had him disoriented, lost the ball. I think he thought it was going right to his glove, maybe a foul ball right to his glove, but instead it was a swing and miss and got right past him. Advances the runner to second.
G. Martino was a catcher for the Double Days last year, played in some limited action early in the season as he flies into right field. That gets over the head of Michael Ambrosio. That'll score one, but G. Martino trips on first. It turns into simply a single, but that would have been an easy stand-up double if he had managed to stay up. Still, Syracuse gets on the board first with a 1-0 advantage.
Unlucky for G. Martino because he got all of that one, muscled it right to the right field wall at one hop, hit the Falcon Park sign. He looked like you said, he had an easy double. Instead, he trips on first base and is only able to go to first on that rush of a hit.
Now it's Sean Stoney batting cleanup today. Stoney was a late addition to the lineup. So G. Martino standing on first with Stoney batting. And as I've been saying before, G. Martino sent that rocket into right field. He played for the Double Days last season, only early on in the year, eventually had to leave to go to his collegiate camp down in Wofford. And that's where he was originally committed, where he was going to play D1 baseball. Ended up switching his commitment to Mount St. Mary's. As there's another rope hit into shallow left field, and that drops in front of Steven Ambrosio. So the Ambrosio's getting busy early as Sean Stoney picks up another single. That puts runners on first and second.
Michelson is pitching well. I mean, he started out with a K for his first at-bat of the game, then from there gave up a walk. And he was pitching well to G. Martino, and Stoney just gave them pitches to hit. If you're pitching well and they put it in play, you'll get the out. But for right now, they're finding the gaps perfectly.
Another swing with solid contact that's fouled up. That's John Tomshow up to bat. Tomshow this season is batting .235 with an on-base percentage of .316 for the Saltcats. The 0-1 count. Pitch. Tad inside. Taking a look at the Double Days players in the field, Michelson is pitching to the catcher, Connor Rumpf, who normally sits elsewhere in the infield at second or short. Today getting his first action of the season as a catcher. Then taking you through the rest of the infield, left to right. Dustin Wortham at third, Zach Sperger at short, Tristan Rocha, the normal pitcher, he's played second today, and Brendan Smith, who's normally an outfielder, he's sitting at first. In the outfield, we already mentioned Steven Ambrosio in left, Michael in right, and then Burt Maxim in center. The 1-1 pitch, low and away, good stop by Connor Rumpf. I know he's not usually a catcher, but he looks just like one right there. Stops it from one knee.
I was about to say, he looks pretty comfortable in that gear behind the plate.
Anthony, this is the first game we've had all year with the radar gun on the board. That was 83 in the dirt.
And the team in red from Syracuse is that's hit. Deep shot, high shot, in fact, into the center field. Burt Maxson gets underneath it for the second down.
Lucky there for the Double Days that Tom Show hit that so high that the runner on second base, and G. Martino, was not able to tag up. So with one out left here in the top of the first, let's hope that Michelson can do it himself to get out of this jam.
Now Mason Smith up to bat. Mason Smith is out of Dartmouth. He just finished up his freshman season there. Smith stands 6 foot 180.
Shortstop, number 2.
And Michelson will look back towards second, keeping G. Martino honest.
Have to be careful.
G. Martino has proven his worth as a catcher throughout the season for the Salt Cats today. He's the extra hitter for Syracuse. The first pitch of the at-bat is smoked into left center field. That'll drop in front of Steven Ambrosio. He can't get it in. He throws it over to second. The throw not in time, but Syracuse doubles up their lead, making it 2-0 as G. Martino scores from second. Runner still on first and second for the Salt Cats.
Once again,
Wow, that was a beautifully placed hit there by Mason Smith, driving a run, making it 2-0 Salt Cats. Can we talk about that throw from Ambrosio there that almost got Stoney cheating off of second base? I mean, that was a bullet. So clearly, Steven Ambrosio on left field has a cannon. Let's see if that comes into play tonight on runners trying to advance to home.
That was certainly a rifle as that pitch misses outside. Michelson trying to get out of this first inning, in which, as you mentioned, he hasn't pitched terribly. It's just Syracuse has been waiting to pounce on all of his pitches over the gut. Syracuse coming out of the New York Collegiate Baseball League as another pitch missing outside. Michelson perhaps a little scared to toss a ball over the middle as Oliver Ray stands at the plate. Ray, 7th on the Salt Cats team in batting average at .214 on the year. The 2-0 misses outside for a third straight time, deja vu. Michelson's one ball away from loading the bases with a walk. Michelson's going to step off the bag to readjust. Resets on the rubber. The 3-0 pitch. We'll see if Ray has the red light. He swings and misses. That breaking ball would have been close to the zone. Instead, it's a 3-1 count.
First 3-0 swing we've seen all season in the Salt Cats.
Interesting decision from Ray there. I wonder if he still takes that swing if it's not an exhibition.
Out the other batter's box.
Definitely not. I think he would have held up.
Now the 3-1, and another pitch way outside. That loads the bases with Ray on first, Smith on second, Stoney on third. Jaden Zimmer now steps up to the plate.
And right now the Salt Cats, they went, their first batter, the leadoff batter, struck out against Michelson. Right now, ever since then, they are all over Michelson. Michelson seems to keep trying different stuff, and it is just not working right now.
Yeah, 3 total hits, 1 walk for the Salt Cats, as Michelson just hasn't been able to escape this somewhat nightmarish inning. Jaden Zimmer up to bat as he faces a 1-0 count.
Still 1-0 on Zimmer.
That pitch upstairs. So we saw all 4 of Michelson's misses against Oliver Ray were way outside. 2 new misses against Zimmer, 1 inside, 1 over the top. The 2-0 count. In there for strike 1. Big comeback pitch by Michelson. The Double A's veteran is now over 30 pitches on the day. A rough first inning for him, but luckily for the Double A's, just a 7-inning game today, so they don't have to worry too much about using up too many arms.
The Yankees head start.
After Zimmer fouls that off, it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs on the board. Michelson, 1 pitch away from escaping this inning. Instead, that's an inside ball that makes it a full count. Huge payoff pitch coming up here. Bases loaded. The payoff pitch is in, and it misses way inside. The runners had already taken off. Doesn't matter. They get a free base. One more run score. Sean Stoney scores from third. It's a 3-0 ball game.
What went from a great start for Michelson has now been kind of a nightmare start. He has given up 3 runs. He's given up 3 hits, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. He cannot escape this jam right now.
After Jaden Zimmer picked up the RBI walk, that brings up the catcher for the Salt Kids, Cam Hwang-Ince. Hwang-Ince, a lefty batter. He doesn't go at either of those first 2 pitches and winds up with a 1-1 count.
Starts on the season for Syracuse and more appearances as
Hwang-Ince does not have any stats listed on the Salt Cats roster as that pitch misses outside. It's a 2-1 count as Michelson just wants to escape this jam.
Here's a 2-1.
Over the middle and in the zone. For the second straight batter, Michelson is down to his last strike. He just needs to get 1 more. He's up to 38 pitches on the day.
3-0 lead over Auburn. Perfect game.
Can he cool the tie? And he does. There's strike 3 as Hwang-Ince goes and does not connect. Syracuse leads by 3. We'll see how Auburn responds at the bottom of the first when we return on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Back here, bottom of the first inning, the Auburn Doubledays trying to respond from a 3-run rally by Syracuse. Leading off for Auburn will be Connor Rumpf, the catcher in tonight's contest. Rumpf only let 1 ball get past him in the first. Now we'll see how he does here at the plate as he takes the first ball up the middle for strike 1. On the mound for the Salt Cats is Jonathan Gonzalez Perez.
Very nicely and hopefully working quickly.
As it's now a quick 0-2 count. We saw the pitcher for the Doubledays, Braden Michelson, record 2 strikeouts in that first inning. Gonzalez only 1 strike away from his first.
How do you feel about
The 0-2 is close, but we see Rumpf does not go. He stays alive to live another day.
But Nacho Gonzalez, Justin Worth, spot followed by Brendan. I don't care how.
The 1-2 misses upstairs. Gonzalez Perez actually is normally a catcher, but instead he's pitching for the Salt Cats today. Kind of the reverse Connor Rumpf.
Yeah.
The 2-2. Pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Gonzalez Perez out of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. A Syracuse native, went to Solvay High School and also played for OCC prior to being at Maryland Eastern Shore.
And Connor Ruff at the plate this season has 8 walks and 2 strikeouts. He's got phenomenal plate discipline.
As he fouls that one off to stay alive. Yeah, Rumpf, not someone who likes to go down easily. He fights in all of his at-bats. That's evident with his on-base percentage, which sits at .444 on the year. That just high and inside, nearly clipping Rumpf on the arm. We've got a full count here in Gonzalez Perez's first batter.
And that one was close to giving Rumpf a free base, and right now he's looking for his walk.
He doesn't get it as Rumpf gets sat down on strikes. He goes down looking. The backwards K brings up Tristan Rocha.
Auburn, second baseman, number 39, Rocha.
Now Tristan Rocha up to bat. And we see for the Double A's this season, Tristan Rocha has been a good pitcher, making 5 appearances on the mound this season. But now he's getting his first at-bats of the year at the plate. And he goes to lay down a bunt and fouls off the first pitch he sees.
Well, clearly he can make contact with the ball with the bunt attempt was almost successful. So good job there by Rocha. Lay down a bunt. His first plate appearance, able to make contact with the ball, showing no signs of fear at all in his first appearance.
Kind of interesting to see him go for the bunt there. You'd think his first at-bat of the season, you'd think he's just going to swing away. And he looks to swing at that at-bat, instead does not go. Gonzalez Perez hitting 89 miles per hour on that fastball that missed high and away.
And that pitch there, the third baseman Oliver Ray was cheating so far in on the grass that I pretty much knew that Rocha wasn't going to bunt again.
Rocha hits it over to the second baseman Smith, who gloves it, tosses it to first, and there's out 2. As the 4-3 putout sits down Rocha and brings up Nacho Gonzalez, the fan favorite here at Falcon Park.
Yeah, this guy is just loved by all fans. He's just a good person. You see him before the game, he's going around, high-fiving the young fans here at Falcon Park, talking to all the fans. Just a great guy to cheer for if you're a Devil A's fan.
As the 0-0 pitch is low, bounces in the dirt. You talk about Nacho Gonzalez being a great guy. Well, I know that our social media manager, Mia, was interviewing some of the players in the last game, and they came to the conclusion that the assistant coach, Tim Bowerman, is the guy you'd least want on the team to date your daughter.
I also saw a lot of Tristan Rocha speak.
Yes. Yeah, Rocha was there.
He's one that the players didn't want to date their daughter.
Also,
Tim,
Jacob
like
Burrell.
and Jacob Burrell. And then I think I also saw one for Jose Taveras.
Yes, yeah. So, it was a kind of a diverse pool, though. Tim Bowerman did dominate the voting. As that's hit over towards the first baseman, John Tomshow gloves it himself and records the out, the unassisted put out by Tomshow. Sends the Double A's down 1-2-3 in the first inning. We'll be back in the second for more Double A's action coming your way. We're back here, top of the second inning. Syracuse takes the first one 3-0. Now it's the final batter in the Saltcats order, Aaron Graves, the right fielder, up to bat. Syracuse went through 9 of its 10 batters in the opening inning. In MLB, that'd be their full lineup. The first pitch clips the edge of the strike zone for strike one.
Yeah, the Saltcats did a phenomenal job first inning, rallying off of Braden Michelson. They waited for their pitches, and they put them right into the gaps. We saw what should have been a double by Giattino turn into a single because he tripped. So Michelson should have given up an extra base hit. Instead of trip, turned into a single. And that's pretty much what the Saltcats did all first inning, was put their bat on the ball for singles and work around the bases.
Well, we see Aaron Graves barely avoid striking out there. He fouls that off down the first base side, but he was already down 0-2 in the count. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Michelson to start off the second inning. Still looking for his 3rd strikeout of the day. That would be the one bright side of that first inning, is that Michelson bookended it with Ks. And there's strike 3. So he starts off the second the same way he started the first, with a strikeout. Hopefully, the rest of the inning goes differently for him.
Yeah, and the lineup will already flip over for the first time for the Saltcats tonight. And we saw Hector Gonzalez, who struck out against Michelson in the first. So let's see if Gonzalez can get his get back right here.
Gonzalez was looking to lay down a bunt there. Instead, he pulls it back. There's ball 1 in the books. Gonzalez batting .214 on the year, but his on-base percentage is .421. He knows how to draw walks. He's drawn 5 already this season. That's tied for first on the Saltcats.
I think that's something that we failed to mention at the start of the game, is the Saltcats are on a 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, very impressive.
I mean, they are red hot to start off the game, and they are red hot in the NYCBL.
Yeah, something that they've definitely been thriving on recently has been their hitting, but as we saw with John Gonzalez-Perez, their pitching has also been stellar. As Michelson is down in the count, 2-1. That's crushed into right field, right down the line, and it'll actually drop foul. That's into the bullpen of the Saltcats. That was close as Gonzalez crushed that.
Yeah, if that went fair, they either would have hit the top of the wall and probably ricocheted off for a double, maybe a triple, depending on Gonzalez's speed, or it would have went over by a mile. I mean, no in between, but that ball was absolutely crushed.
Now Gonzalez has to step back in. The 2-2 is hit again in foul territory, this time on the opposite side as he pushes instead of pulls it, bounces off the top of the Double-Dash dugout. Michelson has Gonzalez on the ropes, but he's made good contact 2 times in a row. The one thing you don't want to do is let Gonzalez get on base. He's a speed demon on the base paths. Was known for that in high school and brought that trait to college. As the breaking ball slots in for strike 3, Gonzalez strikes out for the 2nd time today.
And clearly, Michelson has Gonzalez's number, as he has done a phenomenal job where he got ahead in the count, then got down in the count, and then got ahead and got a strikeout. I mean, Michelson needs to pitch against Gonzalez all night, clearly, and he'd probably get a ton of strikeouts, just wipe the board for strikeouts and get the wins.
Well, now the test is on as the meat of the Saltcats lineup is up. This is where we saw Michelson struggle earlier. Hagelin, DiMartino, Stoney, all were able to get on base. These 3 batters in a row. The first pitch to Hagelin was fouled off. The second pitch fouled off yet again. 2 in a row.
That one was kind of a protective swing as it was inside there to Hagelin. He kind of just swung at it to protect himself, so unlucky for him. And there's the 2-strike, 2-out siren here at Felton Park.
Michelson has shrugged off 3 pitches now. Has the one he likes. He goes to it. It misses upstairs. That hit 84 miles per hour, which is around where we see Michelson topping out at.
We saw him get 85 in the first. Haven't seen him get any higher than that.
Thanks for sticking with us as we hit 7 o'clock here at Falcon Park. The 1-2 count. Michelson trying to make it 1-2-3, and he gets it. He strikes out the side against the Saltcats. What a bounce back by Braden Michelson. Auburn showing signs of life here as they trail by 3. Trying to get to the bottom of the second inning. Stick around on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the second inning. It's Dustin Wortham up to bat for the Auburn Doubledays, still going against John Gonzalez-Perez on the mound. Gonzalez-Perez misses up high, 87-mile-per-hour fastball to kick off the inning.
Gonzalez was phenomenal in the first inning against the Doubledays, where he went 3 up, 3 down with a backwards K to rump, and then from there, 2 ground outs, back-to-back at bats. So right now he's trying to do that same thing against the Doubledays, so keep them off the bases.
But Wortham off to a bit better start. 2-2 count, and fouls that last pitch off. Dustin Wortham will be followed up by Brendan Smith, then Steven Ambrosio.
Things looking good on all fronts for them.
And we'll take you through the fielders for the Saltcats tonight after this at-bat. Wortham readies for the pitch. He fouls it off again. That makes it 2-2 as the Doubledays are trying to chip away at Gonzalez. Wortham this season has been batting .211, still looking for his first extra base hit of the year. The 2-2 swung on, hit down the third base line. It's going to be a close play. Oliver Ray grabs it, throw to first in time. Wow. Wow, I thought that was there, but turns out it's just a tad too slow. Ray's one hopper bounced before John Tomshow and allowed Dustin Wortham to pick up the single.
I mean, from here, I thought that was a phenomenal throw by Oliver Ray, that one hop, and a phenomenal scoop by John Tomshow. And I thought that the throw and scoop beat out Wortham, but instead that's the first Doubledays hit of the game. So good wheels there by Wortham to beat out the throw.
Yeah, certainly displaying his legs and effort. Effort being the key word there, as now Brendan Smith up to bat with Wortham sitting on first. We've seen the Doubledays, especially within the past week, be super aggressive when it comes to taking second. Wortham down in a sprinter stance as Smith takes a huge chop and it comes away with air.
Brendan Smith batting .340 on the season. This is the 17th game that he has started. He comes into this one with 17 hits.
Wortham still down in that stance. A breaking ball drops into the zone. Smith now down to his last strike. The Double A's and trailing by 3. So they're trying to string together a rally soon. Here would be a very opportune time to do so, but instead Smith goes down looking. The second strikeout for John Gonzalez Perez. And that brings up Steven Ambrosio with a runner on first and 1 out.
And Brennan Smith, who has 17 hits on the season, also unfortunately has 19 strikeouts on the season as well.
Yes, make it 20. As Steven Ambrosio starts off his at-bat with a big chop at it and comes up with nothing. Steven Ambrosio batting 118 on the year. Him and Michael both looking to get up to the Mendoza line of 200. As Ambrosio shows a bunt, pulls it back. He's got a 1-1 count.
I'd love to see Steven Ambrosio get on first base. First off, to move around Wortham. And second off, I'd love to see Michael Ambrosio move around his brother. That's what I'm hoping for, is the twin brothers to get things going for the Double Days here, because they need a rally down 3. And then I'd love to see them both hit for each other and move them around.
Yeah, let's see some family ties out here. I haven't seen a ton of same family teammates in the MLB. I know the Griffeys did it, Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. Have we seen any father, son, or sibling duo since then?
In the MLB, I don't believe so, but obviously the NBA is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the most obvious one is LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron James Jr. That's a great pairing right there, but that just got split up. Unbelievable. As there's strike 3, Steven Ambrosio chops at it like it's a golf ball and can't connect. That brings up Michael Ambrosio after back-to-back Ks by Gonzalez Perez.
Down 2 outs. Michael Ambrosio needs to do his best to put the ball in play here. They don't want to leave another runner stranded. And that's been a struggle for the Double Days all season, is leaving runners stranded.
Ambrosio batting 7th in the Double A's lineup. He'll be followed up by Miles Fontaine, the extra hitter, and Zach Sperger and Burt Maxim.
For Gonzalez Perez, he really should be out of the game already. That play at first was very, very questionable.
A 1-0 count.
Very sharp.
That shot into left field. That drops for a single. Big hit by Michael Ambrosio to keep the Double A's hitting alive.
There you go, Michael Ambrosio. He muscled that one in the left field. Unfortunately, right in front of Gonzalez. And here's where the Double Days, with 2 outs, could start a rally. And in the first inning, the Syracuse Sulcats had a 1-out rally. And then from there, the Double Days just imploded and could not get any runs. So let's hope here that the Double Days with 2 outs can kind of replicate what the Sulcats did with 1.
Fontaine up to bat. He's swinging around that neon blue bat that actually matches the colors of the Sulcats and ropes one through the right side gap. That will have Wortham coming home and making it easily. Miles Fontaine with a 1 RBI single that also puts Michael Ambrosio on third.
2-out rally, something you love to see, and the Double A's finally do a good job of getting a hit with 2 outs and scoring some runs. It's 3-1 as the Double A's are starting to hopefully inch back the Sulcats' lead against a phenomenal pitcher and Gonzalez Perez.
And that's why getting Double A's on the base paths were so important, because we saw the speed in action right there. There was Dustin Wortham sprinting around the bases as Fontaine takes off the throw in time easily. Fontaine didn't have nearly the gas to get there, and the Double A's rally ends with 2 runners stranded on the bases. 3-1 Syracuse as we return here in the top of the 3rd inning. Back here, top of the third inning, Michael Gimartino up to bat for the Syracuse Salt Cats. He kicked off the Salt Cats' impressive rally back in the first inning with an RBI single that drove in Chase Hagland.
Yeah, in the first it was Gonzalez who struck out, and then Hagland walked from there. Gimartino had that one that he absolutely crushed in the right field. Unfortunately, he tripped up on first base. He could have gotten an extra base hit off of Michelson. Instead, ended up with a single.
And now he's not facing against Braden Michelson. It's a new pitcher on the mound for the Doubledays as Flynn Shoop has that first pitch fouled off over into the left field grandstands.
One of those strange things about exhibitions. You saw Flynn Shoop up.
So now Flynn Shoop, he's in for the second time this season on the mound for the Auburn Doubledays. Normally a hitter, and he's been great at the plate, batting .351. Normally you see him out there in second base or as the shortstop from time to time. Today, he's on the mound.
He's been fun to watch at the plate this season. He's been fun watching in the field as well. He's got phenomenal speed on the base paths. And we saw him actually pitch in that exhibition game. I believe you just said that. But he was fun to watch in that exhibition game. And his curveballs and his junk actually works very well.
It does as Gimartino skies that high. It's in foul territory, but in play. And it drops between both Smith and Rumpf. And that miscommunication likely comes down to both those guys playing out of position, not knowing who has the right call on the ball. And that's an unforced error by the Doubledays.
Yeah, it looked like Brendan Smith was calling it, and then stopped calling it, allowed Rumpf to get it. Rumpf kind of halted, and then from there it dropped in front of Smith. So like you said, miscommunication, there's that at all levels of the baseball playing field.
As Gimartino is going to step out of the batter's box with a fresh breath of air. He narrowly avoided being out there. Now, down to his last strike, the 1-2, swung on, hit. It's going to be a tough play for Shoop. He can't get to it in time. Instead, the third baseman Wortham gets it over to Smith. There's the first out. What a play by Dustin Wortham.
Number 3, Sean Stoney.
Play right there.
I did not think Wortham had the juice to get that ball over to first. Somehow, he managed to glove it on the run, toss it to first in time.
Flynn Shoop almost had a phenomenal play on that one. He just lost the ball underneath his glove. Phenomenal effort. But Dustin Wortham, wow. I mean, what a phenomenal, breathtaking play by him. He saw Shoop lose the ball, ran in and gunned to the first. Love to see that at the hot corner.
That brings up Sean Stoney, who had that big single in the first inning that also drove in a run. So now the 1-0 count, swung on and whiffed. 1-1 count, Sean Stoney. He's been a solid piece throughout the season for Syracuse.
Very shallow. Yeah, shallow.
And like you said, he was a last-minute game decision as the player that was supposed to play tonight for the Salt Cats.
Yeah, JT Craig not making an appearance in the lineup. Instead, they both swap out. Stoney comes in. Either way, as the designated hitter, doesn't change anything in the field. Stoney out of Lincoln University. You normally see him in the field as a middle infielder.
Craig was supposed to start, but he's dealing with some injuries that he's been dealing with all season, so they had to sub in Stoney for him. And clearly Stoney was a phenomenal choice of a player to sub in for Craig. Like you said, he got that single in the first he scored. He's trying to stay hot right now against Shoop.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable in the batter's box against Michelson. Not as much now here against Flynn Shoop. The 2-2 count. The pitch is in, and wow, that bounces off the shoulder of Stoney. And actually, well, it looks like it got past him.
I thought it plunked him as well, the way that he reacted. But I guess it was that close that scared him off the plate. I mean, that was almost dangerous.
Almost dangerous, but now it's a full count. Now Shoop rejuvenated on the mound. That's chopped over past the head of Brendan Smith. That falls foul. Smith, I thought, could have maybe made a dive at that, but just out of his reach.
Yeah, it just went over his head. I also thought that he could have gotten that one as well. But also, you got to keep in mind that the sun here at Falcon Park at 7:15 is tough to try to catch balls in.
We're getting to the time in July where it makes it all the more difficult as Smith this time gets underneath it on the pop out to first. Brendan Smith showing his range as a first baseman. Stoney gets out for the second out of the inning, bringing up John Tomshow, who flew out into center field his first time out.
We were talking about the sun. Smith did a phenomenal job of tracking that perfectly right in the sun. He's got sunglasses on, I believe, but he still had to hold up his glove for a brief second, and just great play there by the Doubledays first baseman in the sun.
There's a shot into center field. This time it'll drop for a base hit. Not only a base hit, but he's making it two. And he does turn two. He's going three now as the Doubledays having a miscommunication into outfield. And luckily, Zach Sperger, the shortstop, running over to grab it as it got past Tristan Rocha. Wow, what looked like it would just be a simple stand-up double turns into a legged-out triple by John Tomshow.
No idea what happened out in center field between Maxim and Michael Ambrosio. I'm not sure if they both got lost in the sun or if they both had miscommunication out there in the outfield, but I think that could have been an in-the-park home run for John Tomshow as it was bobbled off of the glove of Rocha. And Berger lost it as well to try to throw it in, so lucky break for the Doubledays that a run didn't come in there.
Yeah, it would have been kind of a little league home run, but couldn't be quite as bad as the one that the Mets had last week. That was the ultimate definition of a little league home run. Now Flynn Shoup gives up his first base hit of the day. That brings up Mason Smith, who singled his first time around. Shoup falls behind in the count 2-0. As the second baseman readies back in the batter's box. Tomshow just 90 feet away from scoring. That swung on and missed. Good recovery pitch by Shoup, the 74-mile-per-hour breaking ball.
I'd love to see Shoup take this one himself and get his first strikeout on the game and get out of the jam on third base with the Saltcats 90 feet away from scoring.
A shot up the gut. It's Sperger tossing it over to first in time for out number 3. The Doubledays have their second straight shutout inning. Now we'll see if they can continue the momentum of that one-run rally in the second. Stay tuned to find out here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
The bottom of the third is going back to the
Bottom of the third inning here at Falcon Park. Zach Sperger going to kick things off for the Doubledays. Auburn still in their first time through the lineup here in the third inning. Well, we've already seen the Saltcats halfway through their second time through the order. Syracuse right now leads 3-1 over the Doubledays.
The Saltcats only have one more hit than the Doubledays. It was the second inning where Wortham, Ambrosio, and Fontaine all got hits. The inning ended as Fontaine was trying to advance to second with a stolen base. Instead, he got picked off. So the Doubledays clearly have some life against Gonzalez Perez. They got those hits in the second. So let's try to see the Doubledays extend their hitting streak into the third year with Spurger starting off.
Well, Gonzalez Perez has started off strong against Spurger and gets him in 3 strikes. The call made by the field umpire as Spurger missed on the first pitch, missed on the second, thought he stopped himself on the third, but it's ruled by the field umpire that he went on all 3 and came up with air every single time.
I feel pretty bad for Spurger there because I'm going to be honest, I don't think the field umpire saw that one, especially with the sun beaming in his eyes. I could be wrong, but it looked like he kind of made a guess on that call, so just unlucky for Spurger because I thought he held up.
Well, so far, Gonzalez Perez has gotten 5 straight swings and misses to start off the 3rd inning. He is on fire right now. Burt Maxim down 0-2 in the count. Going for strike 3 right there. There's an immaculate inning chance coming up right here.
You know, for the Doubleday's sake, I hope he doesn't get it, but for my first time ever seeing an immaculate inning, that would be pretty cool. And Gonzalez is dealing right now. Not only is he quick pitching, but his pitches are quick. I mean, he's topping upper 80s against the Doubledays, and he is 2 strikes away from an immaculate inning.
We saw it in the 2nd inning, how the Doubleday starting pitcher Braden Michelson responded from a down inning by striking out the side, and we won't see the immaculate inning. There's a ball.
There it goes. That was a ball.
But he still has the chance to strike out the side the same way Braden Michelson did for the Doubledays.
8 pitches. Still looking to strike out the side and keep that 3-1 advantage.
As both players reset, Gonzalez Perez steps off the mound, Rubb steps out of the batter's box. Now back in, 1-1 count. Swung on hit into shallow center field and will drop between 2 players for a base hit. No striking out the side this time as Connor Rupp spoils what would have been a beautiful inning for Gonzalez Perez with a base hit.
Good job there by Rump with his back against the wall, down in the count, and watching both of his teammates before him strike out against Gonzalez, work a base hit in the gap. Let's hope this starts a 2-out rally for the Doubledays here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Rump taking a fair lead off first. First pitch falls in for a strike. Tristan Rocha up to bat. He grounded out his first go-around. Out in the field for the Saltcats is Gonzalez Perez pitching to Cam Huang-Ins. Going from left to right as that pitch is outside, it's Oliver Ray at 3rd, Jaden Zimmer at short, Mason Smith at 2nd, and John Tomshow at 1st. In the outfield, Hector Gonzalez in left, Chase Haglund in center, Aaron Graves in right. A 1-1 count to Rocha as we see Rubb take off. The throw down to second, not in time. It takes a bounce before getting close to second. Auburn was caught stealing their first time going for it to end the 2nd inning. Now 1 for 2 on the day.
Doubledays are 50% on the day with stolen bases, and that would have been a tough throw for the catcher for the Saltcats. And clearly it was, as it's 1 hop before second base.
A 2-1. That's it over to the second baseman Smith, who nearly bobbles it. Instead, gets the throw in time. He recovers, switches it to his offhand, makes the throw. The Doubledays finish 3, still trailing 3-1, but tied in the hits column. We'll be back shortly here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We've got a new pitcher here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. It's Will Baker the third. Excuse me, William Ragland the third.
Yeah, there's a lot of Williams and then a lot of thirds on this team.
But it's Will Ragland the third on the mound for the Auburn Doubledays. He'll replace Flynn Shoup, who had a very solid third inning for the Doubledays. So it's Ragland, who has pitched in 2 games before this season, at least according to our stats, but also played in that exhibition game against Finger Lakes a few days ago. Ragland this season sporting a 5.4 ERA through 2 real appearances. And the first pitch he tosses forces the batter Oliver Ray to swing and whiff.
And on this season, he has a 5.40 ERA. Like you said, 0 wins, 1 loss, and 2 appearances. He's got 1 save, though, so that's good for him there on 1 2/3 innings pitch.
Well, he gives up a hit in his first at-bat. That's a crack up the middle, but right over second base. As Burt Baxter tosses it in, a base hit for Oliver Ray, who's gotten on first each of his 2 at-bats. He walked in the first, and now it'll be up to Jaden Zimmer to try to repeat that trend. Zimmer also walked in the first and is back up at the plate here.
That's trying to extend that lead.
Zimmer is a local player who played shortstop for Cicero North Syracuse High School. As the first pitch to the shortstop in this game is a ball.
One thing about William Ragland III, unlike the other pitchers we've seen this evening for Auburn, he's actually pitched this
The
year.
1-0 count here at 7:30. Thanks for sticking with us as a bunt is nearly laid down. Instead, a stolen base for Oliver Ray, but actually it'll be ruled a pass ball. So Ray is robbed of the stolen base in the score sheet.
Clearly, that bunt attempt there by Zimmer threw off the catcher Rump as the bunt got in the way of his view of the ball, and that's probably why it went behind him for a pass ball.
There's another shot up the middle, and the shortstop in Spurger can't make the play. The throw from Maxim is intercepted by the pitcher Ragland.
RBI single for Jaden Zimmer.
There's an RBI signal for Jaden Zimmer. Right now he's stuck between first and second. Looks like he might try to go to second. Instead, he works his way back over to first.
RBI single for Zimmer.
So after that shot by Jaden Zimmer up the middle, that makes it 4-1 Syracuse, as Auburn's deficit trails even more. The pickoff throw over to first, not in time.
It looked like Spurger was going to potentially have a play on that ball at the shortstop position. Instead, he could not come up with it. Unlucky for him and unlucky for the Doubledays, but still a good attempt by him.
Consecutive pickoff attempts delay the first pitch of the at-bat to Cam Huang-Ince.
For the Syracuse Bats, 2 of them coming in this
Huang-Ince, another lefty batter, as that pitch misses upstairs. Ryan Story alongside Evan Caruccio on the call here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
Second here, and it looks like Ragland is
So 1-0 count. Zimmer taking a big lead. That swung got hit into shallow center field. Maxim trying to get underneath it. He does, and he gloves it for out 1.
Zimmer retreats back to first base.
After Huang-Ince goes down on the F8, it's Aaron Graves, the final batter in the Saltcats order. He struck out to kick off the second inning, now trying to bounce back against a new pitcher.
The Doubledays, who have already given up 1 run this inning, they love a double play ball here to get out of this inning.
A third pickoff toss back over to first. Zimmer clearly somewhat in the head of Will Ragland, wants to keep him more honest.
Good scoop there by Smith. If he hadn't gotten that, I think that probably would have bounced behind his glove or in front of it and gone to the backstop, but an easy base for Zimmer to go to second to.
A hanging 78-mile-per-hour pitch right there by Ragland misses outside.
Zimmer a couple inches off the bag at first base.
Graves resetting again. The breaking ball falls in 71 to stun Aaron Graves. Zimmer still being aggressive over at first, but he's not gone yet.
personally, maybe not so comfortable pitching with traffic.
And Ragland tosses it over yet again. He's going to force Zimmer to be honest or pay the price. Right now, Syracuse leading 4-1 in the runs column, just 6-4 in the hits column.
First pitch at 6:32, so we're just over the hour mark here. In the middle of the top support.
Graves nearly went,
One down on Graves. Sprung out.
and that makes it a 2-1 count as it's ruled it's outside.
Jaden Zimmer this time.
As I mentioned, Graves went down easily to the starting pitcher, Braden Michelson, as Michelson struck out the side of the second, was pulled after that, as that's fouled off directly behind Graves.
Balls, 2 strikes.
With 1 out on the board, this would be a big get for William Ragland, who's still in search of his first strikeout on the day.
Space, 2 hits, 1 run across.
Heading in the count 2-2. Let's see what he throws here. I imagine he'd try to go with some junk. So let's see what Ragland can do. Had the count 2-2.
Has some cushion. Zimmer still being aggressive. The swing and miss. Graves strikes out for the second time today. A beautiful punch out by William Ragland. Brings up Hector Gonzalez, who's been sat down on strikes twice today already.
And there it was. It was the off-speed pitch there from Ragland, low in the ground, dropped down, and it got. Thank you. It got Graves to swing. So good job there by Ragland, and a good prediction by Evan Ferrocchio.
As we know, Evan Carocchio on the call never makes announcer jinxes. I do sometimes. So that's been the running.
Sometimes it's a bit of a stretch. I'd say more of every game.
Well,
You do?
We've been on a streak so far this game. Haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll announce the jinx. The announcer jinx says the runner takes off to second. Jaden Zimmer. The throw not in time. It bounces away from Zach Sperger.
Zimmer moves up 90 feet into scoring position.
Finally, Zimmer advanced to second base. He's been dancing around off of first. All of the top of the 4th inning. He's able to work his stolen base with ease. Beautiful jump. And great job of being patient and waiting for the right moment to steal.
And now Jaden Zimmer in scoring position.
Just find the grass. It's a
The breaking ball slots in just outside.
Outside, so 2 balls, 1 strikes on the.
It's a 2-1 count to Hector Gonzalez. Braden Michelson really had his number to kick off today's game. Flynn Shoup didn't get an opportunity to go against the leadoff batter. Now it's hit over towards the third baseman. Wortham getting underneath it. He calls off the other fielders and records the 3rd out of the 4th inning. We'll be back in the bottom half of the 4th to see if the Double A's can recover from the 3-run deficit.
It's the bottom of the fourth here at Falcon Park. The Syracuse Cats are leading this one 4-1. The Doubledays have some work to do, and we have a new pitcher out there on the mound for the Cats. That's Tim Scholl. He's taking the place of John Gonzalez Perez here in the bottom of the fourth. The first batter that he's going to face off against is Nacho Gonzalez.
A tough test. Does he immediately gets beat? No.
Unlucky there for Gonzalez. It jammed him a little bit. And it went right to the glove of the shortstop, Jordan Zimmer. One pitch, one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Jerky motion certainly surprised me as this is the first time we've seen.
Yeah, Tim Scholl gets one pitch, one out against Gonzalez. Scholl, another guy out of Christian Brothers Academy for this Syracuse Saltcats squad, and is actually, Evan, he goes to your school, St. Bonaventure.
Go Bonnies.
Well, I don't know if we can all say that, go
You
Orange.
can say it one time.
I can say go Bonnies once, but I feel like you got to say go Orange.
All right, go Orange. I mean, I'm a Syracuse fan. I grew up loving them. That one was well inside to Dustin Wortham there. Almost looked like it was going to clip him. Instead, it's a breaking ball that just misses the zone. Dustin Wortham in the second hit for a single and scored. He was the first hit of the game for the Doubledays, and it actually was a very close call as the field umpire called him safe. The throwdown just missed. He's now ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch. This one's going to be roped into right field. Running over is Aaron Graves. He cannot come up with it. Drops behind him for a base hit. Going to second base is Dustin Wortham. The throw will not be in time. A double for Dustin Wortham to kick things off here in the bottom of the fourth.
Wortham entered tonight's contest with 0 extra base hits on the season. There he goes. He picks up his first as an Auburn Doubleday. Big hit for the Doubledays as they try to start this rally against Syracuse.
Brennan Smith already struck out on the game. In the second inning, he had a backwards K. See what he can do here with a runner in scoring position. He's actually the Doubledays captain for the season. We just found out through social media when they were doing that challenge that you talked about earlier, they called him the captain.
Yeah, that's kind of his nickname on the team, which that's a good nickname to have.
This was popped up left field side. Running over it is Oliver Ray. And he cannot come up with it.
Right in front of the fence.
It drops behind him. It went in and out of his glove. So Brennan Smith lives to see another pitch.
Tough play for Oliver Ray.
He knows how lucky he is as he's shaking his head and smiling. Tough play for Oliver Ray. An unlucky break. He was against the fence and almost came up with it. Instead, it dropped behind him. So with that, it'll be an 0-1 count with one out to Brendan Smith. Off of second is Wortham. The pitch. This one's fouled off. Now Smith is down 0-2.
0-2 on the big righty.
Smith hasn't been able to time up Scholl yet.
Yeah, he's either been really early or really late. So you got to somehow meet him in the middle to try to advance around Dustin Wortham. Scholl comes set, gives the runner a look. A third. Kick steals the pitch. A breaking ball. This one's clobbered down the line, but foul left field side. Still an 0-2 count.
Yeah, 3 consecutive foul balls hit by Smith. He's trying to stay alive in this at-bat.
Almost found his timing on that one as it went left of the third base bag. Scholl kick steals the 0-2. This one cut on and missed. And Smith goes down swinging for the second time tonight.
That's a crushing blow for this Doubledays rally, as you really don't want to leave Dustin Wortham stranded on second. Steven Ambrosio now up. He struck out his last time up. He needs to put together a much more competitive at-bat here.
The 0-0. That drops in the zone for a strike. Count is 0-1 to Ambrosio.
Ambrosio didn't seem to love that call right there.
Yeah, you can tell he was a little upset with it. Still off of second base is Wortham. Hasn't made a jump yet. This one's smoked high in the air, left field side. Running in is Hector Gonzalez. Pulling him off is Jaden Zimmer, that is, for the third out. So, Nacho Gonzalez flies out. Wortham hits a double, gets left stranded. Smith strikes out, and Ambrosio flies out for the third out. Doubledays leave a runner stranded. It's 4-1. We're going to make our way to the top of the fifth in a 7-inning exhibition game. We'll be right back on the Doubledays YouTube channel. Top five, 4-1 Saltcats. Doubledays could not rally in the bottom of the fourth. Still out there on the mound for the Doubledays is actually a new pitcher. That should be number 20, Teddy Monahan. I believe this might be his first pitching appearance on the season. He's been a phenomenal hitter for the Doubledays. He's one of their 3 All-Stars in the PGCBL West Division as a batter. He's batting .425 on the season with 34 hits, 2 home runs, 8 doubles, 2 triples. I mean, he's been phenomenal at the plate, and right now he is working with a 1-2 count to Chase Haglund, who on the game is 0-1.
And with how good Monahan's been at the plate this season, it will take 1 strikeout for me to proclaim him the Shohei Ohtani of the PGCBL.
This one's fouled off right field side. Kind of a protective swing there by Haglund, but he was able to connect it well.
Defensive swing just to stay alive. Chase Haglund, Richie Martino, and Sean Stoney.
Haglund steps back in the box, down the count, 1-2.
He's got a walk and a strikeout today. The ball flies.
The pitch from Monahan, a breaking ball. This one's hit to Zach Spurger, the shortstop, who loves it. Throw to first. Takes Smith off the bag. That will be a single, I believe, for Chase Haglund, who finally works a hit tonight. He walked and scored the first, struck out in the second, and there's his hit. And for the Saltcats, they're up by a few runs. They're going to need some more insurance runs here in the top of the fifth.
Sure will, and the Saltcats are going to...
Well, here's an opportunity for that. Michael Martino up to bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day, but he had that huge rip into right field in the first inning that drove in the first run of the game for the Saltcats. You can tell that Martino's been drinking his protein shakes.
That one is swung on a miss, but advancing to second base with ease is Chase Haglund. A stolen base for him. The throw was well not in time, and the tag was not in time either from Spurger. So a good jump, by the second batter in the Saltcats lineup to put a runner in scoring position.
The Saltcats are the best base stealing team in the league, and it's Haglund's 26 swipes this year.
This one's fouled off. Comes back our way against the net. That's one for the Doubledays ball boy to collect. And just like that, Monahan ahead in the count 0-2. Off of second is Haglund. Monahan gives him a look. A second. Comes set, kick field, the 0-2. This one swung at a miss. A strikeout for Teddy Monahan to pick up the first out here in the top of the fifth.
Great at-bat by Teddy Monahan to sit down arguably the best hitter the Saltcats have to offer.
I love to see these guys who are coming in there.
And here comes Sean Stoney. He's 1 for 2 on the night with a single and flyouts. He's had an at-bat in every other inning. He's working with a 0-1 count as he swings and misses at that one. Still off of second base, dancing around is Hagelin. Hasn't shown any signs of trying to advance to third. Monahan doing a good job of keeping a look on him. And this one's popped up into center field. Bert Maxim takes a couple steps in and is underneath it and guns it to third just because. And collecting it
Number 30.
was Dustin Wortham, and backing him up was Monahan. Not sure why Bert Maxim made that throw to third, as he was well inside.
Certainly surprised them a little bit.
It's an interesting decision, but I guess he's just doing it for the love of the game.
But with that, that'll bring up John Tomcho. With 2 outs, there's the breaking ball from Monahan. Took some speed off of it.
That's only the second ball Monahan has thrown through 11 pitches so far.
The 1-0. This one's popped up. First base side, well out of play. A souvenir from the young fans here at Falcon Park. Count is now tied 1-1. Set in the box is Tomcho. Monahan gives the runner off of second a look. Comes set, kicks, deals the pitch. This one's cracked into left field. Drops right in front of Steven Ambrosio. He catches it. A run will score for the Syracuse Saltcats. They're opening this one up here at the top of the fifth. It's 5-1 Saltcats.
Swing by
John Tomshaw absolutely jumped on that one. Just a single, but way more than enough to get Chase Hagelin to score from second.
And that one dropped well in front of Ambrosio, and then it one-hopped, and he was able to catch it and prevent it from going behind him, but it was not in time to get the speedy Hagelin out, as he's the one who scored for the Saltcats. Drew up to the plate for them is Mason Smith, who hit for a single in the first, and then grounded out to the shortstop Sperger to end the inning in the third. He's working with 2 outs, an 0-1 count, and Tomcho off first. There's the breaking ball from Monahan. It drops in the zone, making it an 0-2 count. And there's the 2-strike, 2-out siren. 1 run has come in so far here at the top of the fifth for the Saltcats. Monahan would love to take it himself for his second strikeout of the inning. The 0-2. Just misses downstairs. Good stop there by Rum. Count is 1-2.
I don't know if Monahan will be coming back in next inning, but this would be a huge opportunity for him to pick up a second strikeout and some more confidence.
Monahan set from the stretch. The 1-2. This one's fouled off behind us. And staying alive is Smith. Monahan comes set. Head 1-2. The pitch, a breaking ball, misses upstairs. Count is tied 2-2. Set in the box is Smith. Monahan still ahead 2-2. Runner off first. The pitch. This one swung on a miss. There's the second strikeout of the inning for Teddy Monahan, and that will end the inning. The Saltcats score 1, leave 1 stranded. 5-1 is your score as we make our way to the bottom of the fifth. We will be right back on the Auburn Devil Days YouTube channel. Welcome into the bottom of the fifth. It's 5-1 Saltcats. Doubledays have a lot of work to do. Michael Ambrogio steps up to the plate. With the only Ambrogio bro of the night to get a hit as he hit for a single in the second. He's got a lot to do himself to try and start a rally for the Doubledays. Pitch from Scholl misses for a ball. And we are underway here at the bottom of the fifth.
Joel and Monahan kind of have similar approaches at the plate. They're not really going for high velocity strikeouts, but they're putting the balls in the right places and, more importantly, throwing the ball in the strike zone and getting their outs that way.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of breaking balls between the two pitchers. As the 2-0 is swung on and missed by Michael Ambrogio. Count is 2-1. 2-1. This was cracked in the left field. Drops in front of Hector Gonzalez for a base hit. Michael Ambrogio is hot on the game so far.
Yeah, Michael Ambrogio with 2 hits in this game. I don't know if we've seen him in a home appearance this season have 2 hits in a game all year.
Yeah, he has been hot tonight, and that's the second time in his 2 hits that he's hit it in the left field in front of Gonzalez. He has been sharp tonight. He is feeling himself. He's off the first right now and stepping up is Fontaine. Where he has hit this one. This one's smoked into center field. Running back is Chase Haglin, and he catches that one on the run, and having to go back to first is Michael Ambrogio, who could not tag up or pick up his stolen base that he was trying to do.
Yeah, that's disappointing for Fontaine. He really got a good piece of that ball. Had that big RBI single back in the second that drove up the Doubledays' only run of the game. Looked like he might have had something similar there, just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Here's Spurter working with 1 out, and Ambrogio still on first. He hits the first pitch that he sees, infield side, and making the catch is the first baseman, John Tomshow. And Ambrogio did not get off of first at all, and that is smart. That one was just inches away from the first base bag, and that's the second out. Here's Burt Maxim, who struck out looking in the third. First pitch to him is in there for a strike.
Ball strike on the inside part of the plate from Sam Scholl. Maxim. Number 10 hitter in the Auburn Doubledays lineup.
Ambrogio off first. As Burt Maxim smacks this one foul. Left field line.
2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Now down the count 0-2.
Maxim trying to avoid making it a very quick inning after Ambrogio's leadoff single.
The 0-2 from Scholl. That's low and downstairs and outside. 4-1 at the at-bat. Ambrogio still on first, battling the sun. Comes off the 1-2. This one's hit. And diving after it is Jordan Zimmer, who stopped the ball and he went to second. It was not in time to get Ambrogio. That's a hit for Burt Maxim to keep the inning alive with 2 outs.
And that flips it back around to the top of the lineup where Connor Rupp sits. He singled back in the third. Would be huge if he could repeat that here in the fifth.
Michael Ambrogio was grounding second. He could have taken third, but Zimmer able to keep him.
It was a hit for Burt Maxim, ruled as a single. This one's chopped on right back to the pitcher, Scholl. He collects it, throw to first, and makes the play in time for the third out. Unlucky for Connor Rupp, because Scholl bobbled that ball tremendously, but he was still somehow able to come up with it and make the play for the third out. The Doubledays leave 2 stranded. They are down in this one 5-1, headed to the top of the 6th. They got some work to do defensively and offensively. We'll be back on the Doubledays YouTube channel. Top of the sixth, and we have a new pitcher for the Auburn Doubledays yet again. And funny enough, that is assistant coach number 17, Tim Mack, out there on the mound. We saw him pitch against the Finger Lakes Lakers in the exhibition game between the Lakers and the Doubledays, and he did a phenomenal job between the Lakers. And he's looking to get some scoreless innings against the Salt Cats and try to rejuvenate the Doubledays' energy, as I know for a fact the bench loves to see him pitch, and so do the fielders behind him. He's working with a 1-0 count to the third baseman, Oliver Ray.
We still need to see Tim Bowerman out there on the mound. We've seen Tim Mack. Where's the other assistant coach? Maybe this is why he keeps getting named by all the Doubledays players in the Least Want to Date Your Daughter videos.
Yeah, we tried to convince him to go out there and pitch, but he wasn't able to try and take our request. Count is 3-0 from Tim Mack. Ray.
Never too late for him to get back into this at bat.
The pitch. This one smoked in the left field. Running back, Stephen Ambrosio. And good thing it had the height, because that one was smoked. That is the first out here at the top of the sixth.
I would guess he's not.
It's not the first time we've seen Oliver Ray swing at a 3-0 count today. Again, probably just a unique approach this time around because it's an exhibition game.
Here's Jaden Zimmer. He's reached first base safely 2 times tonight with a walk in the first and a single in the fourth. He ended up picking up a stolen base in the fourth, but got left-stranded both times. He's working with 1 out, no one on, and a 1-0 count. He waves at that one, making the count 1-1.
For 1-1 strike, Syracuse with 9 straight wins. This one won't count as 10, but
Matt comes set. The 1-1.
Rochester on Thursday, Friday.
Ethan's pitch, that one clocked in at 58 from Mack. Count is 2-1.
Play Sunday if they win the East. They'll play Monday, Tuesday. East Division.
2-1's fouled off, making the count tied 2-2. And we talked about the Salt Cats. They're on a 9-game winning streak. Whereas the Auburn Doubledays, on the other hand, they just lost a doubleheader in both games last night to the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. And this one's fouled off. The Doubledays are on a 2-game losing streak. Obviously,
It's been a bad streak overall for the Doubledays. You look at it dating back to July 9th, a loss to Geneva, that loss to Finger Lakes, yes, an exhibition game, and then you get a 1-run win over Newark. I mean, that's nearly a loss. And then back-to-back losses to Jamestown yesterday. Auburn had started off the season so well, and they're still playing well. But at some point, you have to stop blowing leads, which is what we saw against Jamestown and nearly against Newark.
counts full to Zimmer. Mack would love a strikeout here. The payoff pitch. This one's high for ball 4. And that puts the first Salt Cats runner on here in the top of the 6th.
Great job by Zimmer.
Cam Huang Ince now steps up to the mound. Huang Ince is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first at-bat, flew out to center in the 4th.
To extend the lead of the Salt Cats.
That misses for a ball upstairs. Count is 1-0.
Now Tim Mack is to regain his composure after walking that last batter.
So it's the difference in runs. 5-1 lead for Syracuse. Here's the 1-0
Pitch. This one misses upstairs for a ball. Count is 2-0.
It wouldn't surprise me if Jaden Zimmer tried to steal second, especially with Tim Mack's slower velocity.
Right now, Tim Mack, we're not quite getting that.
This one is swung on a miss. Count is 2-1. To the lefty, Long Ince. 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout and flyout. Off the first by a mile is Zimmer. This one smoked into left field for a base hit. Drops in front of Stephen Ambrosio. And being held up at third base is Jaden Zimmer. A stand-up double for Cam Long Ince.
The Doubledays certainly lucky that Zimmer didn't steal second earlier in the at-bat, because he would have been able to score easily from second had he been there.
It's been doing a little bit of something.
So there are 2 runners in scoring position for the Auburn Doubledays. or excuse me, for the Syracuse Saltcats with 1 out. And here comes Aaron Graves, who has struck out 2 times tonight.
In the opposing coach.
Another lefty in the Saltcats lineup.
But with 1 out on the board, your next 2 batters have a combined showing of 0 for 5 throughout tonight's game. This is where Tim Mack can capitalize.
Officially on deck now.
The 0-0 from Mack is fouled off, making the count 0-1 to Graves.
Yes.
Graves has struck out in both of his prior at-bats. We'll see if Mack can find a similar level of success.
Big lead for Pam Long into the second base. Jaden Zimmer another big lead as well.
0-1. That's in there for a strike. Count is 0-2 to Graves.
0-2 count going here.
Graves maybe not expecting Tim Mack to be so accurate against each of the first 3 batters. Mack wasn't exactly ahead in the count early.
The 0-2 from Mack just misses for a strike. Count is 1-2.
2 count on Graves.
Nice pitch from Mack. Just missed by a tad bit.
Auburn, white jerseys, white pants, navy blue.
Mack comes set from the stretch.
Here's the 1-2.
This one's fouled off, and running down the third base line, trying to get the attention of Mack, is Jaden Zimmer.
What he doesn't realize is that Tim Mack is a veteran. He's not falling for those mistakes. He teaches those mistakes as a coach.
You kind of sound like Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda. You sound so wise saying that.
Which one is Master Shifu?
I think he's the red panda. If I'm
The red
correct.
panda.
Yeah, that's what breed of animal he is. Or breed of animal. That's what animal he is. He's a red
There's a
panda.
red panda?
Yeah, look it up.
All right, I'll
Red
have to
pandas are so
research.
cute in real life.
All right, we've got a red panda setting on the show apparently.
You just sounded so wise.
You know, I'll take that as a compliment and pretend I wasn't just compared to a random mammal.
Count is full to the lefty Graves. Both runners off. Mack, the payoff pitch. This one's hit on the ground to Tristan Roca. A run will score for the Saltcats, but that's the second out as Graves was retired and headed to first. And we are going to change our battery camera here real quick. It is 6-1. Saltcats stepping up to the plate is Hector Gonzalez.
Excuse me, we've got a
Apologize.
new hitter for the Saltcats today. I believe that's Ryan White. Excuse me, Brian White.
First pitch to Brian White.
Is in fact Ryan White, as Hector Gonzalez's night is done. He went 0 for 3 at the plate with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. So the score is 6-1 here in the top of the 6th
Top of the 6. Here's the 0-1 of Brian White.
with 2 outs.
Nearly gets Brian White. He backs out of the way.
It's Brian White. He's listed as an outfielder from Yorktown, New York.
And out of Pace University, where he just finished up his freshman year there.
1-1.
This one's hit short right field. Underneath it is Tristan Roca for the third out. The Saltcats score 1, and they leave some stranded. It's 6-1 Saltcats. They're starting to open this one up, headed to the bottom of the 6th. The Doubledays really have a lot of work to do to try and create a rally. We'll be right back on the Doubledays YouTube channel. Bottom of the sixth inning, the Auburn Doubledays are down by 5 runs. It's 6-1. Stepping up to the plate is the second baseman, Tristan Rocha, who's 0 for 2 on the game. And we have a new pitcher. That is the second time that there's been a new pitcher on the mound for the Syracuse Sulcats. He's supporting the number 99. Ryan will tell you a tad bit about him.
Yeah, Tamon McGriff out of University of Maryland Eastern Shore. We just saw one of his teammates in John Gonzalez Perez as the starting pitcher for the Saltcats today. Now it's McGriff who's in as the relief pitcher.
I mean, he throws darts. That one was clocked in at 88 miles per hour. Count is tied 1-1 to the lefty Rocha.
Great seeing the radar gun light up. That was 88 miles an hour.
1-1. And this is for a ball at 84 miles per hour. Count is 2-1. The Doubledays need to get a rally going. Down by 5 runs. They have 7 hits on the game compared to the Saltcats' 8. As that one swung on and missed for strike 3 to Tristan Rocha. He is now 0 for 3 on the night, and he's going to give some hitting advice to Nacho Gonzalez, who is 0 for 2 on the night. Doesn't want him to go 0 for 3.
Well, Rocha is normally a pitcher, so it makes sense why he hasn't had the greatest day at the plate. And, you know, being a pitcher, you get some chances to see what the hitter thinks when you get these exhibition games.
Nacho in the first, grounded out to the first baseman, John Tomshow. And then in the fourth, he flew out to the shortstop, Jaden Zimmer. He's working with a 0-1 count, 1 out and no one on. This one's going to be hit. One hops to the glove of Jaden Zimmer. Collects it. Throw to first. Is Milam gets away from John Tomshow, but Nacho has to stay at first base as it ricochets off the wall right to the glove of John Tomshow. So that will be an E6 on the throw as Nacho Gonzalez reaches first base safely for the first time tonight. That should be an error on Zimmer as he threw it very low, and Tomshow dove for it and still could not come up with it. Dustin Wortham steps up to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a single and double.
First pitch, Dustin Wortham.
First pitch to him is in there for a strike. He was the Doubledays' first hit on the game and first run on the game. He's been doing it all himself tonight in the scoring column.
Like I said, he had his first extra base hit of the season in his last at-bat.
Gonzalez dancing off of first base as McGriff really isn't giving him any looks. There's a look.
Out the DH at first base. Tomshow holding him on.
The 1-1. This one's chopped on, foul back. A protective swing there by Wortham.
A little bit to the left of home plate, not in play.
McGriff sports an 8.03 ERA back at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Robert Lugo at Daytona Beach.
Just finished up his freshman year there.
Pass crossing in between the
Gonzalez still off first, as that one misses for a ball. Count is 2-2. Wortham doing a good job of getting back in the count.
On Wortham. Smith with 2 strikeouts on deck.
2-2. That's in there for strike 3, and down looking goes Dustin Wortham. His first time not reaching first base safely tonight. And with that, the Doubledays are now down to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here comes Brendan Smith, who has been struggling at the plate tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a backwards K and swinging strikeout. First pitch to him. It's hit in a right field. It's crushed. Running back is Aaron Graves, and it ricochets off the wall. Smith heads to second base. Nacho Gonzalez being sent home. An RBI stand-up double for Brendan Smith to end his hitless bid at the plate tonight. He gives the captain salute standing on second base. And there goes Brendan Smith, powering one to the wall. And finally getting an RBI to score another Doubledays run.
And
Well, I think those last two at-bats were all about regression to the mean. Justin Wortham had been playing so well that yet naturally he's not going to get a hit every single time. Meanwhile, Brendan Smith had not been having a good game up until that point, and what does he do? Have a monster hit out into right field that gets the Double A's back on the scoreboard for the first time since the second inning.
Brennan Smith powered that one like he had some muscle milk before the game.
Oh, he definitely had some sort of energy right there.
And here is Steven Ambrogio, who's 0 for 2 on the night. His brother Michael is 2 for 2 on the night with 2 singles. Steven would love to start a 2-out rally here as that one, look out, almost clips him.
A little bit of a scare for Steven Ambrosio.
To move out of the way of that one, almost nailed him right in the helmet. Near the chin, he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Smith off second. McGriff sets, gives Smith a look, kick steals the 2-0. That's in there for a strike. Count is 2-1.
Last time Steven Ambrosio was up, it was a very similar situation. Justin Wortham instead was standing on second. There were 2 outs on the board. Ambrosio needed to get a hit, couldn't convert. Now he has the chance to redeem himself.
for Auburn, you gotta get out of this.
McGriff gives the runner a look, kick steals. This one swung on a miss. Count is now tied 2-2. And McGriff just did a great job there of working himself back in the count, down 2-0. He's now ahead 2-2. Smith off second. McGriff already set. Mason Smith inching over. Backs off. The 2-2. This one's going to be hit into right field. Running over is Aaron Graves. And it drops foul just right of the right field line. Unlucky for Steven Ambrosio there, who's still looking for his first hit on the night.
Getting a little bit loose after the game on the base is a little bit of trouble here in the bottom. The 6 still a strike away from working out of the game.
It's funny, because
Steven Ambrosio was very close there to driving in a run. Now trying to put something in play.
McGriff set in the stretch. Gives Smith a look. The 2-2 on the way. This one fouled off. Ambrosio stays alive. He's all over McGriff. Just has not found his timing yet.
The sounds of Fiend in between pitches couldn't help him figure out the timing.
2 outs. Runner at second. McGriff gives him a look.
2 out, Smith off second. The pitch gets away from the catcher. Long in. That's ball 3. Smith 90 feet away from scoring. That's a passed ball. Extra base for him as he's on third. Count is now full 3-2 to the righty, Steven Ambrosio. A base hit here would score a run and get his first hit of the night.
Full count. Here's the
The
payoff.
payoff pitch. This one's hit right to the first baseman, John Tomshow. Unlucky for Steven Ambrosio, as he is now 0 for 3 on the night. Smith could not score there. The Double A's score a run thanks to the power bat of Brendan Smith. He roped a double off the right field wall that scored Nacho Gonzalez. Your score is 62. Double A's down 4. We're going to make our way to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back. Top of the 7th inning, Doubledays down 6-2. The Saltcats have scored a run in every inning but the second and third, whereas the Doubledays have only scored runs in the second and sixth. And it has been a relatively quick game here at Falcon Park. Justin Batts out there on the mound, a new pitcher for the Auburn Doubledays, as they change their pitching rotation yet again. He's facing off against Chase Haglin, who on the night is 1 for 2. He walked in the first and scored. In the second, he struck out swinging. In the fifth, he hit a single and picked up a stolen base.
And scored in the fifth as well.
And scored in the fifth as well, Ryan Story says. Count is 2-1. Pitch from Batts is swung on and missed by Haglin, who was chasing there. That one was low. Count is tied 2-2. Batts set from the windup. Kick steals the 2-2. This one, a breaking ball. Finds the zone. Home plate umpire rings him up a backwards K in the books for Justin Batts as Chase Haglin goes down looking.
Good start by Justin Batts, who doesn't exactly have the pitches of your normal relief pitcher, but he finds ways to get strikeouts. We saw it against Finger Lakes.
And this one is popped up. Running over to it is Tristan Rocha, who makes the catch. An unorthodox catch for the second out.
Batts off to a hot start. We'll see if he can finish the job here against Sean Stoney.
Pinch hitter Jackson Grant, left-handed batter, going to hit it. First at bat of the game will win for Sean Stoney.
Here comes Sean Stoney, who's 1 for 3 on the game with a single in the first and scored. Then he flew out in the third and fifth. First pitch to him almost clips him inside to the lefty. He is working with a 1-0 count, 2 outs, and no one on. Pitch from Batts is in there for a strike. Beautiful breaking ball pitch from Batts. And right now for the Saltcats, they're kind of just trying to add some more insurance runs, as it's only a 7-inning exhibition game. And this one is roped into right field for a base hit. Gets past Brendan Smith at first base. Michael Ambrogio collects it and gets it in. That's a single for Sean Stoney, who is 50% on the night.
Yeah, we've seen every single hitter that Auburn has put out there. We've seen every single pitcher Auburn has put out there give up at least one base hit. And Syracuse has recorded a hit in every single inning except for the second.
This one's fouled off to John Concho, who is 2 for 3 on the game. He flew out to center field in the first, hit a triple in the third, then got left stranded. And then in the fifth, he hit a single and then again got left stranded. He's working with 2 outs, an 0-1 count, and a runner in Stoney off first. He ropes this one to center field. Running back is Burt Maxim, and he's underneath it for the third out. The Saltcats ahead, 6-2. A beautiful outing there from Justin Batts, who normally doesn't pitch at all. He gives up 1 hit, has a strikeout, a backwards K to Haglin. The Doubledays have some work to do. 4 to tie it, and 5 to win it. Let's hope that the Doubledays have the spark here to do that. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
Doubledays, the right.
Welcome into the bottom of the 7th inning, a potential last inning if the Doubledays don't either score 4 to tie it or 5 to win it. And Michael Ambrosio steps up to the plate. No one you'd rather have than him tonight. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's been hot. He's going to face off against a new pitcher in Mike Arndt. First pitch to Ambrosio is in there for a strike, and we're underway here in the bottom of the 7th. Doubledays have 8 hits on the game compared to the Saltcats' 9. That one misses for a ball. Count is 1-1. Arndt kind of throws in a slide arm slot position. He chucks speed, however, at 89 miles per hour. That one clocked in at.
Yeah, he's got plenty of a cannon there with that right arm.
This one's fouled off. Ambrosio still trying to find his timing. He's down in the count 1-2. On deck after him is Miles Fontaine, who's 1 for 2 on the night. Ambrosio set in the box, down 1-2. Waving his bat around, anxious for the next pitch. The 1-2 almost clips him. Look out, went right behind him. He's now tied in the count 2-2.
A little bit just too off there from Mike Arndt. That's the first time we've seen that this season. Maybe
The relief pitcher will reset after that one was way off base.
The 2-2. Look out, that one clips him right in the back. That one clocked in at 90 miles per hour. And Michael Ambrosio clearly unhappy that that one hit him.
There's always that burst of adrenaline right after it hits him. Yeah, he was very frustrated. Tossed his batting gloves way over back towards the dugout.
So the Doubledays put a runner on here in the bottom of the 7th in Michael Ambrosio. And here comes Miles Fontaine, who has 1 hit on the night. Ambrosio off first. The pitch to Fontaine is called a strike by the home plate umpire. Fontaine kind of closed in into a shell position. He thought that that one was going to clip him. Instead, it finds the strike zone.
That was a learned behavior right there, I think, because he saw Arndt throw it inside against Ambrosio. Didn't want it coming for him.
He chops this one off for a foul ball behind the dish. Count is 0-2. And Fontaine clearly, after taking the first one for a strike, trying to work away onto first base with everything that he's got. He's down the count 0-2. Steps into the box set. A tad bit choked up on the bat. Ambrosio off first. Pitch to Fontaine. Misses for a ball. Count is 1-2.
Arndt has hit 90 miles per hour on back-to-back pitches here against Fontaine.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ambrosio still off first. Arndt comes set from the stretch. The 1-2. This one's chopped on. Hit right to the shortstop. Jaden Zimmer gloves it. Throws to second in time. Throw to first, not in time. A fielder's choice base hit for Miles Fontaine, but that picks up the first out as Ambrosio is retired on that ground out to second base that was flipped from Zimmer to Smith, and Smith's throw to first was not in time.
Fontaine likely thanking his lucky stars that that wasn't a double play. Certainly could have been.
There's one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Zach Sperger, who's 0 for 2 on the night, steps up to the plate. First pitch he watches as it goes right down the middle for an 89 mile per hour fastball from Arndt.
Over at first base. Auburn down by 4 runs, trying to avoid the home exhibition loss on Syracuse Saltcats.
This one smacked on, goes in between the legs of Arndt. Gloving it is Smith. Steps up second, throw to first, is in time. And a double play ball has just ended the game here at Falcon Park. The Doubledays, for majority of the game, did not score any runs. In 7 innings, they only scored 2 runs. They scored 1 run in the 2nd, 1 run in the 6th. They lose this one 6-2. A double play ball ends it. Just unlucky for the Auburn Doubledays tonight in the hitting column. They really had a bunch of strikeouts at the plate. They struck out 7 times at the plate, and they could not score any runs. They did leave some runners stranded. However, if you look at the funny thing, they had 8 hits on the game. The Saltcats had 9. They only lost the hit column by 1. It was just the fact that they struck out a lot, left a lot of runners stranded, and they could not find any gaps at all. So the Saltcats will win this one. 6-2 is the final score. And the Auburn Doubledays will be back tomorrow night against the Olean Oilers at 6:30 p.m. here at Falcon Park. And for Ryan, I mean, this was just a tough game for the Doubledays right from the get-go. In the first inning, the Saltcats out there in the mound, Braden Michelson had a strikeout against Hector Gonzalez. And then from there, just a rally came through for the Saltcats. Walk, hit, fly out, hit, walk. I mean, they were scoring runs. They scored 3 runs in the first, got an early jump, and they're on a 9-game winning streak. They clearly are hot. Anything else you have to say about the Saltcats' hot start in the first and how they've been all season?
Yeah, Syracuse has just looked great recently. They carried over into today. Auburn hasn't looked great recently. That carried over into today. I think they really need to look at that game tomorrow against Olean as a turnaround game, and you need to capitalize, win that convincingly here at home in Falcon Park. I won't be on the call for that game tomorrow, but Evan will be there. And Evan, I think Auburn has to really bring it tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to need to, especially because they just lost a doubleheader to Jamestown. So they're on a 2-game losing streak, as this one doesn't necessarily count in the winning and losing column, but it does count because they lost this one to an exhibition game.
Counts to the hearts and minds.
Exactly. It counts towards dignity and practice rest. So, the Doubledays lose this one 6-2. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. against the Oilers. For Ryan Story, I'm Evan Crocchio saying so long and have a great night. Thank you for sticking with us all night. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night on the call.